Good morning. Just having a discussion. I'm in the country. You know what? We don't have time to waste on anger or bitterness. We don't have time. This subject matter's come up in a discussion. And so I just thought I'd turn this thing on and we talk about that. And I was telling someone that here you have life. And in life, you got to deal with other people, right? And I described the things that people do to you, how they make you feel, that kind of thing. Kind of like a burr, like a rough thing sticking out of you. And so I got all these burrs sticking out of me. I want to say this I want to get my thoughts correct. And so somebody hurts my feelings. And you got that burr. Life will teach you. You got to let the Father step in and kind of take that thing and shave it down. Because if I got this thing sticking out of me, then I'm angry, right? If I don't allow myself, by the Father's grace, to let that thing smooth on down, that thing is going to turn around and stick into me and poison my soul. You understand? So somebody out there that's angry, that somebody's done you dirty, somebody's shorted you on money, someone's broken your heart, someone has cheated on you, whatever they've done. You live, you get up, you work, you eat, you go to work, you get your paycheck, you come home, you pay your bills, you deal with your family, whatever, right? You manage to save a $500 or $1,000, you go on a little vacation, then you go back to work, and then your holidays come, and they go, and you have family gatherings, or maybe you're just gathering all by yourself with a little tabletop Christmas tree, and your Christmas is alone, or your Christmas is with family, or whatever. So you're going to either deal with family, you're going to deal with friends, you're going to deal with coworkers, you're going to deal with people that you are driving in traffic with, you're going to deal with people in the store, whatever you're dealing with. And we've all got, to some degree, those burrs, little rough edges and stuff like that. You're born, you live, you're a toddler, you get to be a teenager, a young adult, you're working, you're dealing. Don't allow, I'm telling you now, don't allow each degree, whatever that burr, whatever that thing sticking out that has to be whittled down by His grace. Allow that thing to be life experience, allow that thing to be shaved off. You know what? I don't have the energy or the time to waste on hating you. I don't have the energy or the time to waste on crying about you. I don't have the time or the energy to waste on being resentful of you. I don't have the time or the energy or the energy to waste to be bitter. I don't. I'm not going to let all these things, don't let all these little things, whatever category that is, it's irritating you or hurting at your very soul. Don't allow those things to turn around and turn in and hurt you. Ever get a paper cut? You can have a big bruise and fall down and bruise your knee, and it kind of hurts, like scraping your knee, and then you get in the shower and then it hurts a little bit. But an itty bitty little paper cut, that hurts like the dickens. That thing hurts, and it's so tiny. So why are you going to let something so tiny hurt you? I'm having my discussion here, and I said, let me go get the camera while the thought is fresh in my head and talk to my people about this thing. Sorry to be so explosive so early, but I've got a few days off, and I'm out sipping some coffee, and you start having a discussion. We started talking about as you get older. I said, what are you going to do in your 60s? What are you going to do in your 70s? You got to start thinking of ways to make things easier, we a lot of us tend to think about the now. Your life can change at the drop of a hat. What are you going to do? Do you have whatever way, I don't know how you're going to take this. Do you have all your stuff lined up? Do you have your will lined up? Do you have your medical all lined up? Do you know where all your paperwork is? Are you ready for whatever could happen? Are you prepared? Do your children know where everything is? You know, we were talking about when you have elderly parents and they have a piece of property and you're supposed to be the inheritor of the property. And, you know, parents, there's an inheritance tax, right? There's an inheritance tax which has been made a lot worse from my understanding. I'm a little bit ignorant of it, but it's been told to me this, right? So why not get all the stuff, put the person on the deed? You're in your 80s, you know, but pride steps in. I'm still here. But when you're gone, if that's not done, there's an inheritance tax and the person can lose that property, you see. I just think people don't like to talk about death. They don't like to talk about their arrangements, you know, the things that they need to arrange. I had a husband whose parents, the father was in a wheelchair. The mother was not. She was able-bodied. But they went ahead of time and paid for everything. So that was one thing that when he did pass, and he did, that she didn't have to think about. And we sat at the table after everything was said and done. After everything was said and done, she says, I thank God that we had paid for everything, because it would have been so hard for me in this state to have to deal with that, like, right now, you know. Anywho, it's Labor Day weekend. I've been out and about. I got a few little things. I'll show them to you in another video. And I got to go home and a little bit later and check. Miss Fancy's fine. I've just been here overnight. But I may be here another day or two. Just unwinding. You know, just unwinding. You ever get a day off or two? And you got the day off or two to come back to yourself. You're not Jane work dough. You're not John working dough. You're just you. And sometimes when you go into that job, you become a person you don't like. In other words, you strip down your emotions, your pleasant personality, and you got to deal. You got to deal with someone that's been on the job for 20 years. And they know everything. Got somebody that was dealing with a very difficult situation as they got a brand new job. And people were giving this person a very hard time. And they had to go into the office and straighten it out. Dealing, where you're driving to work and it's so stressful that when you're home, the nervousness that you feel at work, you're feeling at home. You're feeling like when you're home emotionally and with the fear and being uncomfortable. It's like you're at work when you're at home. You shouldn't have to deal that way. So this person said, I don't have to deal with this thing. So they went to the highest ranking person. And all those people were dealt with. We don't like to have to do that, but why should you suffer? Why should you suffer? Anyway, I'm a little bit all over the place, but that main thought of each of those emotions getting to you, then step by step, you got to whittle that down. And with each situation, take a nugget of wisdom from each situation that's strengthening you. As I said before, it strengthens you for the next. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. I certainly hope that you got Monday off, an extra day to relax and to come back to yourself. Love you.